sitting here with my pug, Pugsley, who's got a bellyache, and I'm watching some TV and relaxing from a long day at work. So don't mind my hair up. My face is all broken out because I'm not feeling good. There's a lot of flu going around in Louisiana, like most places, but I've been fighting it for weeks now, being around all these sick people, and each time I'm in a meeting or doing something, someone's either getting over it or just feeling not good. So I've been dosing up on vitamin C and all kinds of holistic stuff. So I mean, I'm fighting it. I've got this congestion going, and I woke up with a little bit of a sore throat. I wanted to do this video on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to share it probably on my Instagram and my Twitter, about the loss of a pet. Now, there's so many people in this world that are not pet owners, who don't really care for pets, or don't see them as souls, right? When you have a life that your animals are your children, for whatever reason, whether you can't have children, which is mostly the time that people have them, or when people's children are grown and out, then their babies, their animals become their children. Especially when you don't have children and they are your children. When one of them passes away or is sick and you know they don't have long on this earth, it's very, very, very hard to get through the mourning process. And society and conditioning teach you to cry, let it out, and you should get over it. But it doesn't work that way. Every single person that loses a cat, a dog, an iguana, whatever the case may be, mourns differently for that animal. There's a debate with most religious people that, and I hate to say this because I used to be strict Roman Catholic, that animals don't go to heaven, they don't have souls. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, from being a medium, animals go where we go. So if you lived 80 years and died and went to where we go when we die, I'm not going to call it heaven, and you had animals throughout your life that you treated well and loved and cared for, guess what? They're going to be where you go. They're going to be around you. I know a lot of people don't understand, there's some people that keep their animals much longer than they should for selfish reasons and don't realize it. I'm not one of them, but I know some people that do that, and they don't understand. They just don't want to let go. I know, for me, I worry about my dogs because Wednesday came into my life when I had a huge loss happen to me. And I was going to therapy, and I had major depression, and the therapist suggested that I get a dog. And so she's kind of like my therapy dog. And then, not even 9 months later, I decided to get another dog to keep her company because I was going to be getting a house with a big yard and working. I was working long hours, so I wanted them to have each other. When I got Pugsley, so I had Wednesday for almost a year, and then I got Pugsley, who was just 4 months old, and it was just accidental. I found him on Craigslist, and the people weren't exactly good to him because when I went and picked him up and decided to take him home and brought him to his first vet appointment, I realized that he was horribly abused. He was hit all the time when he peed or pooped, because anytime he tried to pee or poop around me, he would cower and shake. And anytime a person would come to the house, he would pee. He still does it. I've had him for 6 years now, and he still piddles when he hears somebody at the door or gets nervous or hides or cowers next to me. Wednesday, on the other hand, was a puppy mill dog, so she lived her first 6 months in a cage. So she had major knee and leg issues. She has major communication issues with other animals, and she has a horrible overbite and teeth problems and gum problems. When you take care of your animals and they're like your children, they are your children. And many people don't understand that. And so they don't recognize when one passes that you're mourning them like you would mourning a family member. And so for me, I came home from work, and this isn't about me. I just want everyone who's lost a pet to know that you're not alone. Because a lot of times we feel a guilt like we didn't do enough. And quite frankly, that animal would have never had the life they had if they weren't with you. And the reason they were with you is because it was karma and it was meant to be. You were meant to have that animal. You were meant to be that animal's mom or dad. I was meant to be Wednesday's mommy, and I was meant to be Pugsley's mommy. And every single day, I don't worry about it, but when I see things like I just saw a few minutes ago, it makes me emotional because I know how I would feel if I went to go let the dogs out in the morning and my Wednesday or Pugsley was dead and died in their sleep. I know how much that would break my heart. And, you know, Isabella the Pug Queen does so much. She gives up so much of her life for the pugs that she rescues. Yes, people donate money, but she gives up so much of her personal life to do this. And I would love to do that, but I just, it takes a special person to do what she does. And she's suffering right now because Chauncey died. And if you don't know the story, go look at her page. He was saved from another country and came here. No back leg stuff going on and surgeries and feeding tube. And he was just a beautiful puppy. And he deserved to live a long life. And see, this is my pug. He knows when I cry. He knows when I'm sad. He's my therapy dog. I swear to God, he was meant to be with me. He knows that I'm upset. And he knows every time I sit here and if I cry or I'm upset, he's right here by me. When there's noise and he feels that I'm nervous, when I have my anxiety with the weather, he's right by my side. He is my Velcro pug. And if you've never had a pug, you have no idea. No idea. My purpose of this video is to let you all know that we're all human. We all are human. And if we were kinder and we were the voice for all animals, there would be so much less suffering for not only animals but people. And you know, I saw a post earlier today. It was someone on Facebook that posted about, there's been so many in the last 2 weeks of people who have left their dogs out to freeze to death. I don't go on Facebook very much, but it made me angry. And people just walk by and ignore things. People just are not the voice for children or animals like they should be. People just want to walk by and not get involved. That's what's wrong with society. What happened to caring for your neighbor, caring for people? I went to Walmart the other day and there's this little old man. And he was in one of those little wheelchair things that you shop with, and he could barely move. And he was trying to get in his car with his packages, and young people, younger than me, older than me, walking by, I'm seeing him struggling and not helping. What happened to society where we don't help each other? I know he has family and friends. Why isn't somebody helping him? I know he probably needed to go to the grocery store to get groceries. So, of course, what did I do? I walked over there and I said, "Can I help you?" And while he was trying to struggle to get in the car, I put his packages in the car. He thanked me. I said, "No problem." Because you know what? Someday, all those people that walked by that didn't help him are going to be in that situation. And so it's a vicious circle, this emotion that I'm going through right now. So I wanted to tell you all that have lost animals, or people who know somebody who lost an animal, don't take away that pain from that person because you don't understand and you think it's ridiculous, or you don't think it's important, like a human dying. Let me just tell you something. I cry when I drive down the street and see someone's dead cat. I cry when I see someone's dog dead in the road, or a turtle, because that was a living being. That was a creature who had a soul. And yes, I know people say all the time, well, if you feel that way, then you will be vegan. That's a whole nother subject, and I have a reason for feeling the way I feel. And if you don't like it, don't come to my channel. I don't want you commenting, just leave me alone. Because I've had this conversation with people about dog fighting. Several people, not just one, about how can I feel that way about all these people dog fighting when I eat meat? So yeah, it's a whole different thing when you live on a farm and you have a cow that you use for meat and you kill them to feed the meat, just like someone who hunts deer to feed their family. That's completely different than the oversaturation of the way they do meat now. So that's two different things. And then the second thing is, people don't judge me. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying how I feel and that I have a reason for feeling the way I do.